them are more than pals.
Our show can be a little gay,
But if you're not,
that's okay.
you can listen and have fun either way. Xena, Star Wars, Doctor Who, guests and music and reviews. Game of Thrones, Winona too. We promise there's something for you. She nerds out. We're girls that like nerdy things. Nerdy things.
And I'm Wendy.
And this is Tara.
And you're listening to She Nerds Out. Wait, this feels so awkward. We don't have
Are
Kat
we missing
to start
something?
us off. I don't even remember how she does it.
I don't know.
This is welcome to She Nerds Out. I'm Kat. Is that how
This
she does
is
it?
Tara's all I know.
That's all I only know, and I'm Wendy. I don't know her lines.
It's too hard. We don't have Anne here either, so we're helpless.
If you can't tell by now, Mom have left the kids in charge of the podcast. So we're not really sure how this works. We're gonna try to wing it and see if we can figure this out.
We are recording. So
We
that's
are
a good start.
Check, record. We have
mhm.
our podcast beers. Check.
Mhm.
And you know what else I know how to do? Start with celebrity birthdays.
Right.
Woo! How about starting with the date we're actually recording? Because I just like this date for the birthdays. It's going to be a short game because only one of us will be guessing. Tara.
Yes.
Tara, how old? This is a lady who has a podcast. I think she's done some other things, but I've listened to her podcast. You may know who she is outside of the podcast world. I don't know. Hillary Clinton. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah.
Has she done anything else?
I think
or
she was
she
on
just
an
a
episode
podcaster?
I think she's on an episode of Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, gotcha.
That's where I know her from.
Gotcha.
Oh, I'm gonna say 79.
Anyone else? Anyone? No, 70. Okay, it says 7. Okay, hang on. Let me check. She was born in 47. Well, here's the thing. Okay, 76. I've got to look because it says 75, but then you go and it's today, so it updates. So
okay.
76. You're not as off as I originally thought you were.
Okay.
Now, our next celebrity is someone that you are a fan of one of his TV programs. His name is Seth MacFarlane.
I'm gonna go with
The Orville.
55.
50.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he looks really good.
No,
Yeah, if you're Seth MacFarlane's more known for Family Guy, but if you're not haven't already watched The Orville, you should. It's on Disney Plus now.
And he has something to do with a cat rescue around here. I can't remember what it exactly it is. Like with his mom or something, but she has a wing. I don't remember. Never mind that. But yes, Seth MacFarlane is 50. And that was for October 26th. For the October 28th birthdays, we have I would call this a somewhat legendary actress who has a new film coming out in December maybe in theaters, but on Netflix by Sam Esmail. Julia Roberts.
Ooh. I'm gonna go with 56.
You are correct.
Ooh,
Tara
nice.
Chadwick.
Okay.
You are correct.
Nice.
Julia Roberts, Pretty Woman, will be 56 years old.
Wow. She looks
Thank
pretty
you for
good.
playing this round of celebrity brush. She looks great. She always looks good. Come on, it's Julia Roberts. I mean, come on. Okay, so if you hadn't noticed, at the beginning of our podcast, we're missing a third of our 3-headed monster that is the Snop, and that's our friend Kat. And Kat, as you may know, is out gallivanting around the country or 2 countries. She's all over the place, driving in her van, like the Beverly Hillbillies. She packed up a whole bunch of stuff and headed out on the road. And but I said, hey, Kat, Tara and I are going to try to do a podcast. Would you like to give everyone an update on your whereabouts? So Kat sent a little note for us to read to all of you that says, hi, nerds. Kat here, reporting from the road. Saw a bear yesterday. It was in a parking lot, but that still counts. Leah, my wife, who I am married to, and I are having fun. Can't wait to give you a full report when we get home. P.S. Damn, Carrie, that accent is sexy AF. Love, Kat. By the way, we're going to hear Carrie's accent later in this podcast.
Oh.
But Kat sent a few pictures, one of her pointing to said bear. Now, I don't understand. I mean, it's a real bear. I don't care where it is, right?
That
it is
bear
a bear.
is close. It's in a tree.
It's in a tree. Now,
But-
unless that's a fake bear,
I mean, in a assume it's
lot.
Real.
As far as I can tell, it's real, which I don't care where the bear is. That's amazing that you saw a bear.
Yeah, it looks almost like a smaller bear, maybe, but
A little bear?
Is there
baby
a
bear?
mama bear around somewhere?
That's what I'd be worried about. We can post these. I have a feeling we have permission to post. And Kat looks very excited to see the bear. She's smiling and pointing on the other side of a fence.
Yeah.
Safe distance.
This is right before the mama bear jumped over. And
if we don't hear from Kat again, I'm blaming the bear.
It looks very pretty. Did she say this was in Canada? This looks like Canada.
I think it's is.
Very, lots of pines, lots of
somewhere in the mighty Canada.
Trees. Wow.
Yeah, it looks, so they're having windy type weather, cool, cloudy, fall. Look at that. I mean, she also sent pictures of like a lake, the trees, some
forest,
insanely, obscenely scenic picture of a creek and some fall colored trees and mountains and rocks. And it looks like a postcard, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It does. She's having a much better time than I have been. I don't know if you noticed, Wendy, but I've been gone as well.
Oh, have you?
Yes. What have you guys been doing since I've been gone?
I don't remember. Talking about stuff on the pod,
Yeah.
Say, where's Tara? You need an arm to podcast? Come on.
No. Wow. Thanks for the support.
You're welcome. How's things?
The arm, it's here.
You still have the
attached.
arm?
Yes,
Okay.
It is. I had surgery about 2.5 weeks ago. I thought it was going to be easy breezy. Was for the most part, but I've been getting these fevers almost every day since the operation. So that's been the worst part. Yes, I mean it's generally sore and but like nausea, fever. But the doctor says it's normal as long as it doesn't go above 104.
No,
which I think is a problematic number. Even
I'd
if you haven't
worried
had
at
surgery,
102. Right.
I'd probably be seeking medical attention.
In any case, if you have that high fever, you should go to the doctor.
Yeah. So, I've gone in for my post-ops. I got my stitches removed a few days ago. And so now it's kind of like I feel fine in the morning, sort of. And then by the afternoon, I'm like, oh no. And I just have to lay down. But it's, for the most part, it has been okay. But yeah, definitely haven't felt perky enough. You have to be somewhat perky to do these podcasts. But we tried, Wendy and I, a couple of times earlier this week to record. So that's why this is late, because each time we were supposed to record in the afternoon, I ended up getting a fever and was not able to do that. So that's no fun, but I'm feeling a bit better and just been having some Charlie time. And that leads me to, during all this, I said, hey, why don't I have a little Halloween get together? So I had a few folks over. It was supposed to be like the pod pub party like last year. Although there was a few people that could not make it this year. So it ended up just being me, Rachel, my girlfriend, and Wendy and Noe and Banana Cat. So it was fun. We watched a movie, which I'm talking to you like you weren't there now, but I'm talking to everyone else. Called Bottoms, which we'll talk about later in this episode. It was a queer high school comedy. And yeah, it was fun. We just ate a lot, hung out. You want to tell everybody what your costume was?
Well, I was going to be a Texas Rangers baseball player because they were doing really well in the playoffs. And then they blew it in game 5. So I was mad at them and all of sports. So I didn't know what I was going to do. So the party was at 7:30. About 5 to 5:30, I started thinking I should come up with something. And I remembered I had my little Iron Man glove that Kat and I both have. and it has a cup holder. So I was like, too bad I didn't plan ahead. I could have been like Iron Man and just wear my gold glove and use that as a drink. And then I thought, I wonder if I can find an Iron Man mask somewhere. So then I ended up going to Target on the way to the party and getting a little Iron Man mask, as I'm holding up here, that you can't see. It's just the kind that goes over your face, but it's a little more than a plastic mask. It's like the front comes up and it lights up and it's kind of cool. So I ended up wearing a suit-like-ish kind of outfit and then just wearing the mask and the glove. And then I looked at a cheap Iron Man costume website and it talked about those little lights where you kind of stick them on things and then punch them and they light up. And I think it was actually trying to say you could put that like on through a glove and make it like your power glove thing. But then I thought, well, I could just put that, like tape it between my boobs, and it can be like my little arc reactor in my chest. And so I did that, but then I took it off because it kept falling, But it looked kind of cool.
No, it looked really great.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I was a sort of makeshift Iron Man at the last minute.
Like a Tony Stark Iron Man.
Like Tony Stark suit, but with the glove and the helmet and the arc reactor. So
it was definitely cool. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't either. For half an hour before, or half an hour before I'd leave, or an hour before I had to leave, and then I'm looking around on my phone, like Iron Man mask, and I was hoping to find the whole head one, but you can't get that real quick. I was just surprised I could find one at all that night. Yeah. So anyway, so that's what I was. And what were you? So I am a really big fan of Star Wars or that too. Star Trek, Strange New Worlds. And and Rachel and I were like, we can do something together, and also Charlie. So I wanted to be Captain Pike, if you're familiar. And he has this really amazing hair, which I'm going to perfect this weekend, I think. But it's really high in front. They call it the Pike's Peak is what the actual hairdo name is called. And then Rachel went as Melanie, as Melanie's character, Captain Battelle. So we had our little yellow tops and matching outfits on. And then Charlie, my dog, went as Spock. So we had a little command going. Charlie kept the costume on for about 5 or 10 minutes. But it had to be, Rachel had to reconstruct the costume. They did not make any dog Spock costumes big enough for Charlie, which is a common happenstance. She's very large chested, got a barrel chest, big boned girl. So it basically had to be deconstructed. It was like a hood with the Spock ears that had to be cut off completely and had to put some elastic on the bottom. So Rachel used her sewing machine, did that, put some elastic things on the arms and then she had to wear a belt as well. So it took a lot to get her in that costume, but I think it paid off. I think she was pretty cute. So, but Noe, who also attended, came as Dr. Meredith Grey, which I appreciated very much. And we also had a special appearance by an avocado toast, which is worn by Kat. So it was very fun. We just watched a movie because that's all I really had in me. And then the fever, I had a fever all afternoon, and then it was like 100.5, I think, that day. And then it went down a little bit, and then by 11:30, I was like,
I'll go home.
I have to go to bed now. So
you're done. Go home.
The fever had returned. But it was fun.
It was a good time. We watched some movies, or a movie, and then snacked, and just hung out, and had a little Halloween. And Tara's yard was decorated, elaborately as usual, and also the inside with all the Halloween decor. So it was definitely a Halloween house, to be sure.
Yep. Unfortunately, Liz, Anne, and Kat could not make it. But it's okay. They were there in spirit.
Next time. Yes. Yeah. Quick little side note. Got a couple more little topics before we get into the mail, the snot mail. I've been invited to join the Illuminati. That group that in theory contains, controls the world, like the Illuminati, who's up to the Illuminati.
They emailed you?
They sent me an email. Technically, it was to my adoption email at Texas Cares, my cat rescue. So maybe that's why I got it, because they need a adoption specialist
to cover. Yeah.
So just quickly, it says, greetings from the Illuminati World Elite Empire.
Whoa.
So it's the real one,
They're
obviously.
not subtle.
The subject is join the Illuminati, and it's the Illuminati. Are you a businessman / woman, politician, musician, student, salary earner? Do you strive to expand your knowledge and personal development? Want to be rich? Need protection? Be powerful and famous? If yes, then you can achieve your dreams by being a member of the great Illuminati empire. Once you are a member, all your dreams and heart's desires can be fully accomplished. The Illuminati doesn't have a spell checker or grammar checker. With this brief summary, if you are interested to become a member of the great Illuminati, then get back to us for more information about joining the Illuminati. And it tells me where I can write them back.
Maybe that's how they avoid the FBI.
Instructions.
They just have spelling errors, and then they can't track them,
Yeah, maybe that's the problem. It's very clear where to write them, to email them. info-illuminati003 is their name at Gmail. But so
gmail.com.
I honestly, and it's signed the Illuminati. Wow. They would be a little more secretive, but I always wondered how one gets involved in the Illuminati. And now I know. You just have to be targeted by their email system.
Right. All right. By their marketing.
By their marketing department. So, if I am not on the snot for much longer, it's because I've gone to join the Illuminati. And
what do you think triggered this? Like,
I think, look, the
have
elite.
you look up something or?
Not through my, no. I think the elite, they need good, they need to adopt cats, or maybe they have a lot of cats at the Illuminati that need homes. So they send it to my adoption address.
Everyone has a purpose. I mean,
everyone has a purpose. Maybe they need a cat adoption coordinator.
They need a trusted individual.
So I'm going to have to reach out, just see what they say, and make sure my invitation is legit. I'm a little scared of the initiation. I feel like it could be scary and drinking blood might be involved or something, or sacrifices. So, we'll see. We'll see. Play it by ear.
Good luck.
Thank you. By the way, before I go join them though, I did do a poll on our Twitter. Matthew Vaughn, who's directed stuff, I guess. I don't care. I'm tired of his opinions. He thinks Star Wars should have a reboot and only focus on the Skywalker family. Why? He says, why are the Star Wars characters so hallowed that from 1977 you can't redo it for a new audience? Because you can't, dummy. You can't. It's Star Wars. And you know what? Actually, go ahead. I don't care. It's going to be crappy, but whatever. So I said, should Star Wars ever be remade? 9.7 said, why not? Could be fun. 16% said, maybe. 74.2% said, nope, no way, never.
That's good. That's reassuring.
Stop has spoken. Don't do it. Because, come on. What?
And that means essentially anyone playing the original.
Right.
3. Okay.
I mean, okay, now people have played, Han in Solo. That wasn't a remake, though. That was like, hey, we want to tell his story, and obviously Harrison can't do it. So, I'm not against necessarily
telling the original
for future
story.
Project. Right.
Okay.
With like reintroducing a whole new cast, just completely from scratch. Star Wars, now called A New Hope, just starting over. And
I'm trying to think, even with Star Trek, when they technically, I guess, did that, it was the movies. They went on a different timeline, so it really wasn't just a total redo. I'm trying to think of what other iconic franchises have just undergone.
Yeah, I don't know.
A complete, just a straight reboot.
They remake Superman all the time with different Supermans and Spider-Mans, but I don't. Yeah, they're not like. Well, so they're kind of remakes, and then they always tell the origin stories.
They already have they always have their little differences. So that's why I think that's what'll get them when they try to be cute and do some things differently that are very beloved. So
there's certain things that should not be touched.
Give it a try, see how it goes, and then maybe they'll learn their lesson.
No, they never learn their lessons. Are you kidding me? No. But go ahead. Good luck. Let's see how that does. Anyhow, rant over.
All right.
Tiny rant.
All right. Shall we move on to some mail?
Yes.
We got quite a bit this last couple of weeks, so we're going to read some of it and wait for some others for when Kat returns.
And honestly, we don't even know when she's going to return. So
No.
we're just going to play it by ear till then. It's like a mystery trip.
She just
Mystery
said,
tour.
peace out. I'm leaving y'all.
Good luck to
Maybe
ya.
you'll hear from me. Maybe you won't.
She left us the keys.
Yep.
To the snop.
Yeah, her mistake. Okay, so I've got one from Heather. And Heather says, hi, nerds. Happy Wednesday. I saw this post today and it made me think of y'all. Actually, it's made me think of you all, not y'all. That was me. Enjoy getting back into nerd formation, Heather. So Heather sent a very nice little, it's like a little comic strip of, are they manatees or belugas? What would you say? I think
I'm going to go with manatees.
I'm going to go with manatees. So
the little face. Look at the little face on that
the
one.
little face and the little arms in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if belugas have little arms in the front. I don't know. So I'm going to say 3 manatees. And it is a Nessie, Loch Ness Monster related comic strip. And so it's these 3 manatees that I assume they're at Loch Ness. And they say, I see a tourist. And then the other manatee says, Nessie formation. And they all 3 come together. One's like butt to butt. The other one's kind of like diving down. And you see them from the underneath side. And then on the top side, guess what it looks like? The Loch Ness Monster. The little tail going up and the 2 little back. That's very cute. And maybe they're just helping their friend, the real Loch Ness Monster that lives down in the depths. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're covering.
Or maybe that solves the mystery right there.
Yeah.
Random manatees in Scotland.
Manatees known to live in the cold waters of Scotland.
I don't know.
A lake in Scotland.
I don't know their life.
I don't know. Well, these do. They're very cute. Those are our spirit animals, by the way.
Those are
manatees.
Whenever I see a manatee, I'm like, there's our spirit. Because it's true. By the way, there's another from Heather, so don't miss that one.
Oh,
there's 2
there
Heathers.
Are 2?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I was not prepared for this revelation. No. Hi, nerds. I hope everything's healing properly and getting ready for Halloween. I saw this link released by the National Park Service and thought of Kat and Wendy. I know they both enjoyed watching the bear feeding frenzy. Here are some costume examples to continue the fun. Enjoy the week. So this,
it's cute. They posted a bunch of most popular park inspired costume ideas, and one is Fat Bear Week Champion. Includes it's a bear costume that includes a bracket, paper crown, salmon recipe book, and bear puns. You've got sea otter with underarm pockets, pet rock, and abalone snacks. I pet the fluffy cow, but it's like a buffalo or bison or something. Includes, I guess it's if you're the character who pet the fluffy cow, and it includes bandages, gauze, paperwork, shorter vacation, and pain, just pain.
Wow.
Social media manager. It's a little dog at a computer. It says includes tasteful puns and one-liners, wildlife safety info, and patience. Oh, what is this creepy vintage dog? There's like a whole. Oh, yeah. Okay, there's creepy. It's not, doesn't say creepy, but it is. Vintage talking doll includes CD voice recordings, blue dress and golden curls, and nightmares. And the last one is ideal marmot body. Includes loud whistle to communicate, sign saying you're not a licensed meteorologist. Those are cute from our National Park Service. They're having fun.
So I kind of heard y'all talked about Fat Bear Week, and it's funny because before y'all had talked about it, I saw this link to this week, and I was like, what is this about? So going on there, I found the same what are they called? The webcams that are like on the riverside and stuff. And so I just have it bookmarked now and like just leaving them on, right? And it's the cutest thing ever. I think it's just should continue. Is that the winner? This guy, this big.
I don't know if that's the winner or not. Grazer was the winner. I'm not sure if that's Grazer's picture, but I bet it is. They're not going to mess around and post some random bear.
Yeah.
They're going to post the bear.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
But, anyway,
I would wear it.
Found it funny that we were connected in that way, that we still all appreciated Fat Bear Week.
Of course. How could you not? And I still have explore.org up on my computer constantly, just looking at whatever live cameras are up at the time, including right now at the bear. Okay, it's not loading, but I believe there are bears right now even though it's not. Yep, there's a big one right there.
What?
Currently live. There's a close up of a bear. And it's
Oh my
like,
God,
it's
send me
not
the
even.
link.
It's not even.
Put it in a rundown.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. It's not even Fat Bear Week, but they're like, it may not be Fat Bear Week, but we're gonna do our thing. There you go, Tara.
Wow.
Yeah, so this explore.org, just keep it up all the time. You can actually go to a thing where it just says all live cameras and you just pick random live things to look at whenever you feel like it.
Yeah, not just at this location. It's just like everywhere. Like a live kitten rescue sanctuary. Yeah. Okay. Live underwater cam. Look at the live eagle. Oh my God. There he is.
Mm-hmm.
That's
just
a massive bear.
It's a big bear.
And I love that it has the sound too.
Or is it someone in the costume? I don't know. Yeah, it's got sound. Sometimes I'll just put up a camera for like a snowy. There was one with snowy. I don't remember what the animal was, but I just like the environment. I like the atmosphere. It looked beautiful. There's some beautiful cattle pasture panorama. I mean, there's all sorts of things, and I just like to pretend that I'm there because it's tranquil.
Wow, that's huge.
Okay, Terry,
I
you
just
look
love
at
the
those.
water running. Look at this manatee one. This is Homosassa Springs underwater manatees. Hello.
Well, I don't know.
Oh my God. Canine warrior connection. Oh, nursery.
Yeah.
Cute.
Okay, we've lost Tara.
Okay.
So I'm going to read an email. You look at animals.
Go on.
There's a sheep barn. Check that out. All right, because I got one from Jennifer, called Waking Up with a Jerk. Hey, TV addicts. My son, addicts, not addicts. We're not upstairs.
Okay.
My son woke me up by jumping on the bed and I jerked awake the other day. It took me a good 5 minutes to fully wake up. And in that time, the realization hit me. Gabrielle didn't jerk awake. She woke up with a jerk. Fucking Joxer was the jerk. Why did it take me to when I'm practically 40 to get this joke? I was with Joxer. What's so funny about waking up? I am so embarrassed. The episode came out when I was 13. A lot went over my head back then. Yeah, I remember that joke. That was funny. Gabrielle woke up with a jerk, something like that.
Oh,
that was funny. And
Joxer, I never realized that either.
Hey, you're almost 42. Maybe that's
the right age.
The right age. I mean, I think I was a little younger. I don't want to call myself an overachiever, but I think I was a little younger than that when I got it. All right, Jen continues. I guess stereotypes about Chinese people being smart stop with me. LOL. I kid. I'm average. Whenever you guys talk about the X-Files, I can't relate. I've never watched the whole series, but Gillian Anderson is quite beautiful and a great actress, so I agree with you all on that. The only episode I've ever watched was the one where they do a crossover episode with Cops, where the camera crew from Cops follow them around. I remember it was advertised a whole bunch, like a big event for this episode. So my brother, who loved watching Cops, sat down to watch the episode, and I, being the little sister, sat and watched as well. I don't remember all that happened in the episode, but I was quite entertained. Did you guys watch this episode? Heck yeah! It was a big deal, because I remember Fox had Cops, and Fox had X-Files, so it was this big, thing, and X-Files, I don't remember what season the X-Files was in. It was later on, like probably 5 or 6 or something. I don't know. Where they were experimenting, like they could take chances. They could do like fun things like this, but still retain the X-Filesness of the whole thing. And it was great. I remember it was a big deal at the time and a big hit or
was
successful
it a
episode.
Well received episode.
I think so.
Like
yeah, because it was just basically it was like a Cops episode shot completely like the show Cops, where it's like a camera crew following around police, but then I don't even remember what the mystery was, but Mulder and Scully get involved because of the nature of they're on it because they find out it's an X-File, so they're just kind of walking around with the cops. And I think it's one where like people are killed by what they fear. Like one lady kills her husband because she's scared he's going to cheat on her, or that he did cheat on her, something like that. So she kills him. So they're like being targeted to like some guy's really scared of monsters. So he gets killed by a monster or thinks he's getting killed by, or something like that. But yeah, it was a good episode. It was fun. Okay. So, all right. Over the weekend, we got Daniel. We got Daniel a haircut for his school pictures on Tuesday. He kept asking about the haircut leading to the day he got it done. He was so good while in the barber seat. We always tell him that haircuts don't hurt. It's just loud and it tickles a little. This is like his 10th haircut since he was born. When he was about 8 months old, my mom was babysitting while I had to run errands. I came home to her house and I saw his bassinet with little wisps of hair everywhere. I turned to my mom and said, "Did you cut his hair?" She said, "Oh, I didn't think you'd notice." I saw literal red and fire. I was so mad. Of course I would notice. His haircut was so bad. I yelled at her. She didn't care. Just said his hair was too long. I'm still mad about this. His first haircut is a milestone. I want to be there. She told me she'd never cut his hair again, but she cut his hair again a few months later. I told her if she did it without my permission, I'd cut her hair too. She smirked her Asian mother way and said, "Okay." By the way, same thing happened to my mother. Her mother-in-law cut my hair, and she was really mad about it too because I had this pretty red hair, and Grandma just cut it.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what it looked like. I was like 3. I don't know.
You
anyway,
have a haircut till you're 3.
Well, I mean, I'm sure
what
I
the normal
did.
haircut range.
No, it wasn't my.
Oh,
it
just
wasn't
in general.
my first
Okay.
haircut. I mean,
Yeah.
I was like 3 or 4 or 5. I don't know what I was, but But she just decided to cut it. And Mom was very unhappy. Anyway, enough about that. I want to know if my husband is an asshole or not. He won't let me buy 2 costumes for Daniel for Halloween. I want to buy him a dinosaur costume and a monkey costume. But he said I can only choose one. That Daniel doesn't need 2 costumes. Of course he needs 2 costumes. Thoughts? Think of the adorable Asian boy making monkey noises at you. Oh, my heart. I wonder if there's a bubble costume. Peace out. Not pee out. Peace out, Girl Scouts. Jennifer. P.S. Do you guys like sushi? I love sushi. I like to joke that if I wasn't Chinese, I'd be Japanese. Also, one of the photos, Daniel was playing with his cars, and he noticed me taking pictures of him, and he does this goofy little smile. First, no, I don't. I wish I liked sushi. Believe me, I really do wish I liked it. I've tried it. I don't know.
There's like a massive picture, like plate of sushi, and then
It's
there's
a
one like
boat.
giant. Is one of yours of the pictures like enormous compared to the others, or is that just my email?
No, one of them is a little bigger. I don't know if it's it's definitely bigger.
It is a boat of sushi that I would love to get into. It looks amazing. Look at this.
Look at those bubble things.
Wouldn't be able to sit at the table, Wendy, I don't think. But with all this
It's
sushi.
the texture. I've tried it, and it's just
look at the bubble things. What are you looking at? What do you think?
Those orange bubbly looking things in the sushi
In the middle?
Yeah.
Oh. No, that's okay. That you don't
well,
even
what
really,
are they? I'm just
they're
asking.
Well, you probably don't want to know.
Eggs?
Of some sort, yes.
Oh my God. Barbarian.
Look, there's like a California roll and some little sashimi with some salmon on there. It looks like some shrimp of something. Yeah, that looks delicious.
I wish I did.
Glad you're not seeing this enormous picture I'm looking at right now. These little, oh yeah, those look enormous. But it looks, I mean, I'm down.
We're burying the lead, man. Look at Bubbles' hair. He did get a little haircut. It's all short because down there he's got his little cars lined up. He looks so excited. His cars are all in a row, like they're on a little parade. And he's adorable. He's my favorite kid.
Having a good time.
I don't even know him. He's my favorite kid. He's so funny. And then he calls himself Bubbles.
Oh, and I think he should have 2 costumes. I mean, what's the plan?
Yes.
Like, is he going to wear one? Does he in like a daycare, or like, is there 2 separate places he can wear the different costumes, or just at home? I mean, how much can these costumes be? Just let him wear one for a few hours and the other one for a few more.
I mean, they're both cute. I feel like if I had to pick one, I'd go with monkey. I know you don't like monkeys, Tara, so you'd probably go dinosaur.
I do.
He'd be cute in either one.
I think a dinosaur costume's pretty cute. I do like a good dinosaur costume.
You can't lose. They're both going to be adorable. And hopefully you will get both of them.
Yeah. Good luck to you.
Hope you win that fight.
If we have any say in your marriage, you should definitely be able to have 2 costumes. All right, it's my turn. All right, I got AK. Yes. All right, AK says, "Good day, my lieges. Get well soon, my liege. This is. Hope the rubber arm is all better and you're back to your version of normal."
I think I told him on the podcast you weren't there how your arm was like this weird appendage just hitting yourself in the head.
Yeah, it really was. It was freaky. It was completely numb from the armpit down, and it was a weapon.
I have a picture I can post.
Yeah, I was told I could concuss myself or others if that thing was just able to fly free. So it had to be contained in a sling. All right, Grazer for the win. It's those blonde ears. I can't complete. Oh, is that the bear? Wait, who's Grazer? Am I missing him?
Grazer's the bear.
The
Yes,
bear,
Grazer's the bear.
It's those blonde ears. You can't compete with that. She was adorable and chonky. Sucks to be a salmon. It's a long, long swim. You somehow hurl yourself up a waterfall and become near chow. What a bummer. How on earth are they filming these bears? I mean, literally, it's just static wildlife cameras strapped to trees at the edge of a tree line. They get some great shots, all from just 8 cameras. That can't be right, surely. Hold the phone. Wait, did you just say the lottery prize was $1.5 billion? What the actual fuck? That's deranged. I mean, it's enough money to say, get 5 for Winona. Enough money to properly save Warrior Nun. Warrior Nun, no. This is really going all sorts of places. What the fuck is all that about? I feel like it's that scene from Karate Kid. Mr. Miyagi said it. You save Warrior Nun, okay? You not save Warrior Nun, okay? You save Warrior Nun so sooner or later, squish, just like grape. Dicking about, alienating the fan base, and can't be good for anyone. And what's the point of any of that? Pillocks. I'm seeing that means bullshit.
Like bullocks? I don't know.
Bullocks? It's pillocks.
Pillocks.
It's new. Oh, Loki. Must finish Ahsoka first. Same,
Loki.
aka same. Sigh. I feel you about all the amazing content right now, but don't worry. Since the strikes, we probably won't have this problem again for a year or two. We won't have any original content at all, perhaps. I also am struggling. This is Tara. Through Loki. Wendy and I talked about, should we try to talk about Loki? But I couldn't finish the first episode of the second season, and it was just a vibe I just wasn't feeling. So I got to go back and try again. Anyway,
I feel like I should like it more than I do. I kind of make myself watch it. But
I was today years old when I learned that Gibraltar, of Rock of Gibraltar fame, is not in fact an island in the Mediterranean, as I had always believed and imagined. Gibraltar is a British overseas territory. I always thought it was an island Britain had nabbed back in the day, but it's fully attached by a land border with Spain. It was ceded to Britain by Spain nearly 200 years ago as part of the settlement of the Spanish Succession War, apparently. Stranger things have happened, but it does feel odd to be confronted with a truth that runs contrary to what you think you know. Every day is a school day. I can understand why people fight against the actual truth when they're happy and comfy believing their bullshit. It makes your brain feel odd for a few moments. People don't like that, I suppose. Much nicer to continue to believe the world is flat, or that Mike Pence is a good chap, or whatever. Anyway, Gibraltar looks nice. Good place for a winter break. Run away from the sudden turn to disagreeable, chilly, freaking freezing weather that we're experiencing here right now. Don't say that, AK. I think I'm going to be coming there in like a month. We'll talk about that at a different time. I have to go and do battle at height with a giant wisteria. It's always a bit dicey. These buggers grow so fast they can throttle you if you stay if you stay still. That's what I'll go with that one. If you don't hear from me by next week, maybe you could send a rescue party armed with machetes. Maybe afterwards I can check out the turtle people. Take it easy, my dudes, Sir AK.
Turtle people.
Did you guys talk about Gibraltar in one of the previous episodes?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's just a random fact.
Yeah, I think it was.
I thought you had like a debate on.
Not really. No.
Okay.
No. No, I don't think that just sounds like a conversation above mine and Kat's heads. Like,
okay.
It sounds like something you have to have. Like you have to have knowledge to talk about things like Gibraltar.
I see.
We definitely didn't talk about.
I didn't know if it came up. Okay.
Well, that's just basically saying,
fact.
you think you know something for all your life, and you're like, oh, I don't know what I thought I knew.
Yeah, I guess I never thought about that.
It'd be nice if everyone could have that sort of like, oh, I can admit I was wrong about something, and now I know the truth. But these days, I don't think that happens a lot.
Sign of maturity.
Yeah.
What is the turtle people? What's that about?
They're in Ahsoka. Remember
those turtle people
ride around in their little shells or whatever?
Yes.
And they wear little suits.
Okay. Those
They're
turtle people.
cute.
Yes.
I assume that's what AK is referring to. I'm pretty darn sure.
Yeah.
Because they are adorable. I like the turtle people a lot.
Yeah.
So
it kind of also reminded me of, what was the character? Maz? In
Maz.
Maz. Yeah.
I like that Wookiee. Hey, Maz. Oh, yeah. I like Maz. Maz was cool. Okay, I have an email from Carrie, also a voicemail that I'm going to try to play because technology and stuff. First, Carrie says, subject, deprived of my Southern accent. Hello, Snop. Yes, I know. I am working up the courage still to do the voicemail. I have some time off next week from my 2 jobs. Maybe I will have some time for some liquid courage to do it. Tara, I hope you're doing well from your surgery. I had carpal tunnel and an ulnar nerve transposition at the same time on my dominant arm. Let me tell you, being without your dominant arm for any amount of time is no fun. You can't do anything. And full disclosure, using the bathroom is no fun. Haha. But I'm sure you have figured that out by now.
Indeed.
Kat, I will say your Southern accent attempt was more Ruth Jameson or Blanche Devereaux. It was great.
Devereaux.
Oh,
from Golden Girls.
Blanche Devereaux. Well, I was distracted by Ruth Jameson. Is Ruth Jameson, aka? Hang on. My brain went to Ruth from Fried Green Tomatoes.
Oh yeah.
I'm as settled as I ever hope to be. Actually, that's not who said that, but yeah, Ruth. That's the one played by Mary Louise Parker. It was great.
I was to be a ham. A little bit, yeah.
Be a ham scout. Oh, love that line. It was great. Don't get me wrong, but mine is more of what I would call Appalachian Southern. It is more the Southern annoying one that no one can understand. Haha. I will need someone to explain to my old ass how to use Discord as well, if that is what we decide to use to hang out. I could definitely use some more lesbian nerdy friends. I'm telling you'uns, pronounced you'uns, meaning you all. Oh, I know what you'uns is. Don't worry. I live in the worst place for a lesbian ever. Also, I was at my parents' house recently and going through some old things and found something pretty cool. I actually plan on mailing it to you next weekend, along with a Feel Better Soon gift for Tara. It's something that is random, and I forgot I had, but I'm sure that you all will appreciate it. Okay, no, Carrie, we might not get it till Kat gets back because we don't know where the P.O. box is. So we don't have the key. So it might be sitting there for a minute, unless Anne picks it up or steals it or something. As for AK's question for my final answer on a weapon of choice, I think I will have to have a final answer of a staff. I feel like I could master that faster as a Southerner. I mean, we use tree branches for everything. Fires, whoopings, toys, everything. I promise a voicemail ASAP. Maybe since Kat is going on her trip soon, you'll get them both at the same time. Talk to you guys soon. Carrie, a.k.a. your personal rare Appalachian Southerner.
Nice.
So I'm going to try to play this.
Oh,
we'll see if it works. Terry, you'll have to tell me if you can even hear it because, these things are
turn
weird.
up my volume.
Okay. Let me see if I can play it. All right. Here we go. Turn up my volumes. And here we go.
So, hey guys, this is Carrie. I promised Jens I'd leave you a voicemail, so here I am. Just got done watching the WNBA finals. Las Vegas Aces won, so that's awesome. Becky Hammon's their coach, and I've been a fan of her for forever, so that's good. Glad they won. Hater for New York, but I'm glad they won. Just want to jump on here so you can actually hear my voice. I'm trying to be semi-professional voice, but it ain't working too well. But anyways, love the pod, love you guys, and hope everybody's doing good. I actually mailed you something out today. But as I said, I live in the boonies. Even though it says it'll be there Friday, it could be 4 Fridays from now. So we'll see how that goes. But thank you guys for everything you do. Appreciate it. See you later.
So hey, yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's on the same vein as like I think like what my dad kind of sounds like as far as like
it does
the level of
have your dad's accent.
Also, maybe
right.
our Dina person that's got real thick accent.
Myra.
Okay, thank you.
It is kind of Myra.
Yeah. Okay, it's very kind of Myra, right? So
from the Carolinas. Yeah, Myra.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, my dad has a very thick accent. When I go to visit, mine gets much more prominent, but not all that way. But it's got a similar sound. I can definitely tell the difference between that and a Blanche Devereaux. That's very little.
Yeah. I like the sound of it. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to try to, if I get to read your emails again, Carrie, I'm going to try to imitate it, which
that's
probably end badly. But I got your voicemail saved, so I'm going to practice.
Man, I could probably do it. I could do it.
Okay.
if I'm hanging out
beer.
in Texas, have beer.
That's Texas, though. That's different.
I know. I'll pretend.
Okay. All right. All right.
Oh, my turn. Okay, I've got one more from Hildy. Hildy says, "Hey," smiley face. "Just to clarify, my daughter does not go on a hike with $100 on her phone. 100 Norwegian krones. What is krone? Yeah. Yes. I don't know what. Okay, I wasn't here for this anyway,
Sure.
but I assume this is the same as $8 US. Pocket money. Cat, you can rest assured I was yelling at my phone when you didn't remember the name of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom is bigger and better. Too big, one might say. We have been playing it for over 100 hours, and we could go to the big boss by now, and there's still so much to explore / finish before we do. I can relate to your soft rant about there almost being too much content, and there's not enough hours in the day to keep up with all the good shows. And to be frank, sometimes I just want to watch The Office or Schitt's Creek to unwind. Some of the heavier things feel like I have to invest more brain power to keep up with. A silly complaint, but I wish my job was to just watch TV shows and play Zelda all day. But alas, in the next life, I will make wiser career choices. Keep on nerding, and I will be listening. Hildy. I'm not sure you want the picture or not. Don't want to assault you in any way. Maybe one day I could show you around in my neck of the woods. You're most welcome. It will, without a doubt, be raining, but that's just the Norwegian way.
I love it.
Wouldn't have it any other way. Look, they're walking on a beautiful fall path with the trees changing. Yesterday at work. Oh no, this is
a video, and it is so. The door opens, and I assume Hildy's walking out to a raging ocean, lake, some body of water that looks like the storm is making it very whatever.
That's intense.
It's an intense storm going on. Waves are crashing against the rocks.
Is that in the fjord?
Maybe it's in the fjord, and it looks so cool.
Wow.
I mean, I'd stay inside and look out it through the window. It's all, but it's yeah. Now see, that's weather. It looks like a ship's out there. You got mountains, clouds, rain, waves, mountainy hill looking things. Oh, wow, that's gorgeous. That is gorgeous, and this trail is gorgeous. That is a place.
And how close
hike.
is this trail to your house, Hildy? And I'm gonna need your address. So we can
because we're going to show up there. Nice. I agree. I mean, there's so much cool genre stuff, and it's funny. There's so much out there to watch, and I've started so many shows that I haven't finished. And you know what? Last night when I went to bed, I watched a couple of episodes of The Leftovers because that's my comfort show in a weird way. Or at least it hit my mood. But shows I've seen, and it's like there's new things out there. I just need to start watching something and commit to seeing it. I was watching Fringe, and I kind of got stuck somewhere in season 3, and I need to get back onto that. I've started Parks and Rec. I've started, there's a lot of shows that I've started, and then I just go back to the ones I've seen a billion times.
Right. Yeah, I always go back to Parks and Rec. That's always a good one. And I agree. Yeah, sometimes you just want something
familiar.
Quick. That's not, you don't have to sit there for an hour and pay attention the entire time. Rachel and I have been watching Lower Decks, which I'm not a big, again, as you all know, animated series fan. But this is the Star Trek Lower Decks, so it's a comedy. But they still, make it really true to the vibe of the show. It is pretty silly, but they go on missions, and it's the crew that works on the lower decks, but they have the more mundane jobs. They're not up on the bridge all the time. It's just got renewed for a 5th season, so I suggest checking that out. And the episodes are only like 25 minutes long, so I always like having those go-tos where you can just sit down like, I just want to eat my dinner with something easy and fun that I don't have to make an appointment to watch it. So that's my recommendation.
Yeah, and you're right. There's not going to be a lot new coming out. I mean, I haven't seen it. Murder at the End of the World starts in just under a month, so I've got that coming out. There's still movies coming out this Christmas to go see, but after that, it's going to dry up a little bit because Actors still ain't working. They're still striking. So we're gonna have plenty of time to watch all these things that we might want to catch up on. All right, we're gonna shift a little bit. Tara, we're gonna talk some snop sports, and I want us to go back to Monday night. Channel our energy that we had.
Okay. But first, should we go back to Monday or should we go back to 2011?
Let's go to 2011.
Let's go to 2011.
Let's do it.
All right. Let's set it up. Sports. Okay. We're here at game 6 of the 2011 World Series.
This is baseball for our international friends.
This is where they have a bat. It's not like
not cricket.
Not cricket. They swing it. They don't bounce it on the ground first. They swing it and they're trying to get it out of a park. So this is one of the major sports here in America.
America's pastime.
So our team, the Texas Rangers, which are based in Arlington, Texas, out just into the Dallas area, the same area where the Dallas Cowboys are, where I went to college. We both grew up in North Texas. And our little Rangers. Now, this is the second we made it to World Series. Unbelievably, 2010, we got swept by the Giants.
We're just happy to be there. We'd never been before.
Mind blown. We'd never been. Our little team that has always sucked so much made it. Then we somehow made it again, 2011. We're like, oh my God. And so game 6, there's 7 games.
And we were favored this time.
Yes,
we were favored in the World Series this time.
We're a great team. So it's a best of 7 series if you're not familiar.
You have to win 4 out of 7.
Unlike football, whether it's soccer or American football, it's not like a winner takes all one game. It's not like the Super Bowl. They play a series of games, just like in basketball, which is also an American sport where they bounce a ball with their hand.
And then you put it in a basket.
Net. Yes. And you score a point. So,
or 2.
Yes. So with this one, we're game 6. So if you win the majority, like you just need the 4 games to win. And you don't have to play till 7, right?
If we had won game 6,
we would
have won the World Series.
We had won 3 games to their 1 game. We were each inning, you get 3 outs, right? We were on the last inning, very last part of the game. We already got 2 outs. All we needed was not just 1 more out, but 1 more strike. 1 more strike. Just one batter had
3 strikes and you're out.
You're out. We would have won the World Series. I can remember just exactly where I was at Big Wings in North Hollywood, sitting there with the random Texas Ranger fan friend I made. And we were like, oh my God, it's happening. Ah. And of course, the announcers are doing the thing that the announcers do. And they're like, oh, the Rangers have been basically talking like the game's over. Wow. The Rangers, planning the parade, as they say. And then Mark McGwire. No,
Freeze. No, Freeze. No. David Freeze.
It was Freeze. Oh,
twice.
Mark McGwire. Not cool. No, it was the Cardinals, right? Yeah, St. Louis Cardinals. That's who we're playing. Gets up to the plate.
Somebody freeze.
And hits a fly ball to outfield. This is it. We're about to win. Little Nelson Cruz runs over there, decides again, try a little slidey thing. Get under it instead of just putting his little hand out. Guess what, Wendy?
What?
That ball fell. And he got on base. Guess what happened after that?
They tied it up.
They tied it up.
He got a 2-out triple. Tied it up in the 9th inning.
Then guess what? They won the game.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. So then, but we still have an at bat. So he tied it up.
Right.
We go into extra innings. And Josh Hamilton, who was a huge player for the Rangers, he got up there and he had like drug problems that he'd recovered from. He's like a big story. He hits a 2-run homer to go back up.
Yeah, we're going to win
by 2 runs. And again, later on, or the next,
they get another at bat. The other team gets another at bat, no matter what.
Again, David Freeze, the same guy, gets up.
God.
And I don't remember exactly if he won it then or tied it again. But again, he makes a hit that at least ties it or wins it. And we go on to lose the game. So we, and
No
again,
big
we
deal.
were 2 outs and 1 strike away. No, 1 out, 1 strike away from winning it. And again,
But it's okay when we're still up by the games, right? We're
it's 3-3
that
at
was a
this
fluke.
point.
That
we
was
have
a fluke.
game
We
7.
got another chance,
Just win game 7.
Yep.
But we didn't because we were too devastated by life, and the team just didn't have it in them to come back.
We did not.
So we lost the World Series.
Yep.
So
I can't remember a time I felt more assaulted by sports, more sad, more than when the Dallas Mavericks lost in the 2006.
And we were there for that. Sports hurts.
We were
if you're
there.
A sports fan, it hurts. All you have to do, if someone lives in North Texas, say game 6, and they will give you a look, because they all know, if they're a fan of sports in the North Texas area, they will not want to hear game 6.
Yeah, it's hard to talk about Ian right now. So we lost. Guess what happened? Did we make it back the next year, Wendy? No, we did not.
No. But this year,
and since then we have sucked. I'll say that.
Yeah,
I don't think we've even made it to the playoffs, to the postseason, and they said the last 7 years.
Yeah.
So
Texas doesn't have a reputation. It's not like the Cowboys. They don't have that reputation for being good.
Then there's the other Texas team, the Houston Astros.
Nobody likes them.
Nobody likes them. They're big fat cheaters. It was proven. They won the World Series by cheating.
Yeah.
And so we somehow, this little team, this year, our Rangers team, heard, hey, they got a pretty good roster this year. I think they're going to do well. We got Corey Seager from the Dodgers. So things were happening, and we made it by the, the last second to the playoffs this year. And I'm like, all right, well, hey, it's just a big deal that we got in the playoffs. That's refreshing. I think the last 2 years prior, we lost over 100 games. We were one of the teams that lost the most games in the whole thing. So just to make it to the playoffs. And then somehow they won that wild card series. And then they won again, another 5-game series. And then we get to this series with the Houston Astros, the hated Houston Astros. This series determines the Battle of Texas, who is going to go to the World Series for the American League of Baseball. So it's, again, just wild that we got here, but we're like, this is okay. We got our hopes up again, right? We're like, this is a great team. We're going to do it. And it comes down, we won the first 2 games, right? On the road. We had to go to Houston. We won those games really convincingly. But me and Wendy, we know we're not fooled. We're like, okay, we look good, but we're not going to get ahead of ourselves. And then the next 3 games, so we're already 1-2. The next 3 games are at home in Dallas. What happens, Wendy?
We lost them all.
All 3 home games.
And the third one was in heartbreaking fashion. I mean, we had the 9th inning, and then they ended up beating us. But so, I mean, here's the thing: Houston
the 6th, that game, that 5th game was like gave everyone flashbacks.
Hit us in the guts. I was
game
mad
6.
at sports. I was done with it. But Houston, they always said Houston had a thing, like they had a losing record at home, and they would win on the road. So they did what they do. They beat us at our home when they were on the road. So we had 2 games left after a gut punch of a loss in game 5. So then we go back to Houston, and it's basically we had to win
the last 2 games. Mm-hmm.
Game 6, we won.
We had to win 2 games in a row.
Right.
And what was everybody saying? They're never going to win 2 games.
No,
back in Houston,
no.
And they were so deflated after this game 5 loss.
Yeah. At least, their fans.
I didn't even watch the 6th game.
I didn't either. Couldn't watch it. You broke my heart.
Mm-hmm. Because if they had lost that one, they were done. The Houston Astros were going to the World Series.
But they won.
They won.
So I got a little bit my hope back, and I Tara and I both watched Game 7. I think I watched almost every pitch. Almost
Every
I watched
me
from
too.
start to finish. And
When did we call each other? Like 7th inning, around 6th,
No, I
maybe
think
like 5th.
I think we talked at the beginning. Then we were
Yeah.
texting. I think it wasn't like 8th or 9th. It was like right towards the end. We were we were up like 11-3, so we were up by a lot. And the anchors or hosts or whatever, the commentators were saying, they were talking like,
Again,
it's done.
Just like Game 6.
They're playing in
the Rangers.
Arlington. It's Houston. It's going to have to answer some blah, 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 blah. And Tara and I were like, this isn't over. They still have like a whole inning to go.
Yeah. These guys need to shut the hell up.
Now look,
they're jinxing us.
An 8-run lead in baseball with like an inning or 2 to go. Pretty much you're not going to lose. But if any team could, I feel like it would be ours.
It's us. Yeah.
Bottom of the 9th. All we got to do, 3 outs. And you're still you're up by 8. First guy up, home run. Now you're up by 7. The next guy, I think, gets a walk. I mean, it starts like looking like, oh my gosh. Like, and then I think another guy gets on.
They're hit. Oh my God.
Hitting.
Yeah. I
think we got 1 out, but then like we got 2 on. This guy gets a thing, and all of a sudden you're only up by like 4 or something.
Yeah. It got up to like.
So in baseball, you gotta get 3 men on. 1 guy
6.
gets a home run, and you're,
It's like
Tara and I were like, stop
here we go.
But they got the 2 outs, and they won, and they're going to the World Series.
Oh my God! When they got that last, it was just surreal. They're freaking going to the World Series. I can't. It's unbelievable.
And they're playing a team who had even less of a chance than we did. They had like a worse record than we did, and they had if you just get hot at the right time, then you can do it. We had a good season, but we just kind of slumped at the end. And we had some injuries that we got those guys back. So I mean, we're expected to win. We're favored.
Which is terrible. I hate it.
Does not mean a thing. It doesn't matter if you're favored. If your guys are hot or not or whatever, it's baseball. It could go, it's inches. It could be an out or it could be a grand slam. It's just a matter of we'll see. I mean,
so we are playing the Arizona Diamondbacks, the D-backs, as they're called. One of my favorite team nicknames. I'm a D-back. And it starts tomorrow. It starts Friday. So 7-game series, again, best of 7.
And baseball's horrible because you win. You'll kill them the first game. You're like,
yeah,
we're awesome. We're going to win this. And then they'll kill you the next one or the next 2, whatever. And it's like you're either going to win it all, no problem, or we'll never win another game. It's
essentially
a lot of it comes down to your pitcher. How good's your pitcher?
For the Arizona series, but essentially the opposite thing happened to them. The other team they were playing won the first 2 games, and then Arizona won 2 games so they won. Yeah. So then it went back and it got to a game 7 and Arizona won. So it just went the other way for them. But yeah, they were the huge underdogs. And so now it's
Tara and my life. It's gonna be a roller coaster. And you know what? Here's the thing. Game 6, I feel like they could easily win or lose game 6. That could be like a determining game in this series. In fact, it will be, because game 6, somebody will be up. Like, so one team, depending on who wins or loses, the series, if it gets to game 6, will be over, possibly, or it might go to game 7. That's the same night I'm seeing you too in Las Vegas at the Sphere. So if the Rangers have a chance to win or lose game 6, I'm going to be like, oh, I love you too. And I'm going to be looking at my phone like, what's happening? But yeah, it's going to be a roller coaster. So
send some good vibes for the Texas Rangers.
Unless you live in Arizona, then you can.
Yeah, then you can root for your own
Arizona's
team.
a team that, like, they've got a great story too.
Yeah.
They probably like riding this wave of momentum. And I just hope they kind of like we did in 2010.
But you know what?
We lost. And I hope that happens to the Diamondbacks.
Arizona has won already. They won in 2001.
Yes, it's our turn.
We have never won a World Series. So it's our turn. Yeah.
Our turn. Oh my God. Okay. I'm sorry if you're bored of sports. Tara has more sports, but it's gay.
This one's gay. Yeah, this was women's soccer sports.
So take it away.
It's kind of like the gossip column now. All right, so just a little gay news. In the soccer realm, sort of related to soccer. But first of all, Angel City FC, the Los Angeles-based women's soccer team, made it to the playoffs for the first time in their entire 2-year existence, and they lost. So, I mean, that wasn't fun, but at least they made it. Good for you. Meanwhile, in other lesbian news, have you heard of Sophia Bush? Actress well known from One Tree Hill. She's beloved in the gay world. She also is part owner investor in the Angel City Football Club here in LA. So a couple of the games I've gone to, she's been there. She goes to a lot of the games. She's always sitting sideline. She's there with Jennifer Garner, or like her other friends. Like we met Ruby Rose there the other night. She signed my hat. So she's just always hanging there. And there's always been these kind of like, oh, I wish Sophia Bush was gay, but she's, been married. And but she recently got divorced just a few months ago, earlier this year. So she's single. She's hanging out there on the sidelines. And then there's another story in the lesbian soccer world going on simultaneously. That two soccer stars that were on the same U.S. women's national team, they're both professional soccer players, Allie Krieger and, oh my gosh, Ashlyn. Well, Ashlyn Harris, thank you. It was escaping me. Too many lesbian names going through my head right. So Ashlyn and Allie had a love story. They met on the national team. They would always ride the bus next to each other. They just clicked. Then they married. They're, back in 2010, they met, and then they married in 2019. They adopted a child together. And sadly, and in September of 2023, they filed for divorce. That is when it became public, at least. Well, lo and behold, the rumor mill starts flying. It's all over Twitter. It's trending. Then we have old Ashlyn here, reportedly dating none other than ACFC investor Sophia Bush.
What?
Now, Wendy, try to hold it together. When did this occur? How long have they been dating? Ashlyn's only been divorced from Allie for a few months. Not even.
It started before that.
A couple months.
It started before that. Come on.
So that's what, everyone's like, what?
People cheat.
So an insider says that's when the divorce became public. They had separated earlier this year, and then they just finalized the divorce, right? Or filed for divorce. So they had been separated and, living separately. And so Ashlyn had started dating, they had hung in the same circles. Here's the thing, though. They have known each other for quite a few years and hung in the same circles and whatnot. So, believe what you will. But that is some lesbian soccer drama going on right now. That's not only is, obviously these two soccer stars are divorcing, but now one is dating. Finally, so it's all over Twitter, like, oh my God, Sophia Bush is, oh, this is a dream come true. You're saying I have a shot, right? But now, and everyone's like, ew, it kind of makes me feel icky that she's with Ashlyn and they're not, the divorce isn't even final yet. I don't know. So it just sat with people in the wrong way. It was kind of, like a lukewarm response because they're really excited that Sophia's dating a woman, but not so much about that relationship in general. So that's what I got from the gossip columns this week, this lesbian drama. We try to bring it into the show whenever we can.
We should have a lesbian drama section.
A drama column.
I feel like it's always happening somewhere. So
yeah,
we just need to find it.
So that's the developing story. We'll see if they are gonna, stay together. You should, we'll see. It's got to be awkward.
Keep us posted.
Keep us posted, People Magazine, and TMZ.
You go to those games, Twitter. You should interview them. Yeah,
well, we'll see. Oh, now that'll be interesting. When Sophia comes, is Ashley gonna be there next to her? It's very interesting. Well, the season's over now, so we won't know.
Oh, shoot.
They won't be back for 5 months unless there's just some national team. I don't know. Who knows? But yes. Anyway.
All right. Well, keep an eye on that breaking news.
Yeah.
The drama. Let's talk lesbian movies.
Ooh,
Not real
more
life
lesbian,
lesbian.
more queer drama here.
More
Okay.
queer drama.
This was very dramatic in a funny way.
You know what I'm thinking? Okay, we watched this at your Halloween party.
Mhm.
It's called Bottoms.
Mhm.
Bottoms. Fun name.
You can rent it right now on Prime or through some other sources. You can't watch it free yet, I don't think, but throw it a few bucks. It's worth it.
Directed by Emma Seligman. She's Canadian.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah. So it's like a high school fun little movie where these two high school senior girls set up sort of a fight club. It's sort of like, oh, we're going to teach you self-defense, but it's kind of a fight club. They just want to hook up with cheerleaders.
Yeah, they want to meet. They want to spend more time with these specific kind of popular girls, right?
Yeah.
But they are very kind of like awkward, and they don't know, but it's like raunchy, yes, but not the way
horribly raunchy.
It wasn't like sexually raunchy. It's just
no, not at all. Actually,
not
sexually.
at all. Like
it's more like kind of more violent than sexual, really.
I had no idea what
blood.
this movie was about before. I knew it was queer.
Yeah,
that's about it.
I heard of it. Yeah,
that it was really funny. It has like 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, some really high review score.
92%.
Yeah.
89% audience score. So yeah, it got good reviews. I remember seeing it got good reviews, and I was curious about it. It came out this year.
We don't want to spoil it too much, right?
Well, it's essentially two gay friends in high school have crushes on cheerleaders. There's a rumor that they were in juvenile detention over the summer. And that they had fought the star quarterback Jeff, played by the actor Max Handelman, I think is his. No, that's not at all right. Nicholas Galitzin, who was in Red, White, and Royal Blue. He was the British gentleman,
which is funny because he played a very, the kind of more uptight British prince in that movie, a gay movie as well, which is also really cute. Give it a try if you haven't yet.
Very cute.
So he played a very different character in this movie.
Like he's the stud quarterback who's kind of flamboyant, but
he's
like the stud quarterback.
Yeah.
And they're he's arguing with his girlfriend Hazel, and they're like, "Oh, get in the back of our car." And then they're trying to drive, and Jeff's like, trying to talk to Hazel, his girlfriend. Oh no, Isabel. Sorry, Isabel. Yeah. Hazel's my cool chick, Ruby Cruz from Willow.
Yeah, Ruby Cruz is in it.
Isabel is the girlfriend. But so they're trying to pull out and drive away in the car, not pull out. Come on, don't get gross. And Jeff's standing there blocking him. So they lightly kind of nudge forward and like barely touch his knee, and he's like, barely. Oh my God. And so he's all injured. But rumor has it that they beat him up.
Right.
And they were in juvie. So they're like, that makes this kind of cool. Actually, they're threatened to be expelled, but then Josie says, "Oh no, we're just practicing. We were practicing for our feminist self-defense club." So they're able to set up this club, which are like, we get the cheerleaders to join, and you're fighting, you get whatever, and maybe you make out with them. So anyway, that's the premise, and they both have cheerleaders that they have crushes on. Like I said, Ruby Cruz from Willow with her awesome freaking hair.
Her hair
is cool.
A character.
I like her. She's like a third character, she plays
kind of like the third wheel, like they're kind of friends, but not really good
the
friends.
One, as far as I
she kind of like tag along. She's a tag along.
She kind of gets beat up. It's fine. She's cool. And then so that's the premise. Their club, what do you call it? The teacher mentor or whatever. Right. They have to have a teacher sort of mentor sign off on it. And it's Marshawn Lynch. Yeah. Formerly of the Seattle Seahawks, who
American football team,
may I say, has my favorite non-Dallas Cowboys run in the history of football. Beast mode, knocking the Saints out of the playoffs. But yeah, and he's in it. He's their teacher advisor or whatever.
He's actually a pretty good actor. I mean,
he's not bad.
I would not have guessed.
Little trivia. He improvised most of his lines.
Oh, wow.
Also, yes, thank you, IMDb. He was initially unsure about accepting the role. However, he ended up taking it as a way to rewrite his regret of mishandling his younger sister coming out to him in high school.
Oh, so, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good for you, Marshawn Lynch.
Mhm. Very cool. He was a guy, if you're familiar with football at all, American football, that after every Seahawks game, the players are like contractually obligated to give these like post-game interviews. And he would always go after the interview. And Wendy, if you want to ask me a question, like you're a reporter.
So, Tara, Marshawn Lynch, what do you think about the play that you guys had at the end of the game to seal the victory?
Man, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
That's right. That was his answer. So, Tara, Marshawn Lynch, what's next for your team? Do you think if you have a shot at the playoffs?
You know what? I'm just here so I don't get fined.
You gotta respect his
Yeah, every
angle.
Question it was.
It's like kind of like
so
saying,
I don't get fined.
I'm gonna
Fuck you. I'm
plead the
not
fifth.
talking to you. Yeah, I have to be here, but I don't have to like answer your question.
Right. I don't have to give a good answer.
Yeah.
I just have to stand here at this podium after the game.
Yeah. I'm
likes
just here
Skittles
so
and
I don't
Skittles
get
commercials.
fined. Yes.
Yeah. He was a character,
his,
man. But
yeah.
seriously, beast mode. Look it up. Marshawn Lynch, beast mode.
Beast Quake,
Playoffs.
even. I think
Beast
his
Quake, baby.
the cheers of
Like,
the stadium
"Get me. Look,
cause was
Nobody
registered on the
thought-
Richter scale.
nobody thought the Seahawks were going to be the Saints. The Saints were the defending champions. People are like, it's a joke to think Seattle can beat them. And they were winning. They were winning big, but the Saints were coming back. And then Marshawn said, nuh-uh, not going to happen. And he plowed people down. Sealed it for the Seattle Seahawks. And I have never cheered harder for a run. That's not a Dallas Cowboys run.
Yeah.
Anyway, so good for you, Marshawn. You were in this movie.
That's
you were
so
fun.
cool, and that's nice to hear about.
Yeah, he was good.
Sweet.
And I don't even think I was 100% sure it was him because I wasn't sure. I'm like, Marshawn Lynch, like, yeah, maybe. But it was a cute movie. And yeah, we don't want to spoil it.
It's violently graphic, but in a
I know,
fun,
yeah.
I'm gonna say it's along the same camp. It's very campy. It's
Yes,
very
very.
It's not I don't say otherworldly. It's exaggerated, but
Yes.
not too much. It's very Mean Girls. So if you liked Mean Girls in any certain way, that's kind of, it's aware of itself and aware of its ridiculousness and really playing into a lot of those tropes in a fun way. Those kind of high school young queer person, I think it's just a lot of fun. I think we were just like dying laughing throughout the movie.
Yeah, it was funny. I was laughing quite a bit. It was really funny. By the way, produced by Elizabeth Banks. Partially.
Yes, that's the other thing. Yeah, and it was by like some other people involved with Pitch Perfect too. It definitely also has a Pitch Perfect vibe, I'd say, of that in that same realm. So it was just a lot of fun. It's only like a little over an hour and a half, so it's not, you don't have to spend too much time on it, but and it had heart as well, which I liked, but it definitely was some like, oh shit moments of it was a queer women's, it was just a women's fight club, really.
Here's how one of the producers described it. Two girls in a classic American football town who start a fight club under the guise of female empowerment, but it's actually so they can have sex with cheerleaders.
There we go.
So that's it in a nutshell right there.
Yeah, but Ruby Cruz really brings the heart, I'd say, especially. And I really loved her character, and I just love her. She's so cool.
I did too.
And her hair is so fucking good. I'm so jealous.
So good. Yeah, so it did decent, I guess. By the way, here's another trivia fact, Tara. A couple of the characters first study at a diner named But I'm a Diner, and it's a reference to the lesbian themed comedy film But I'm a Cheerleader. And the waitress who serves Josie and Isabel their food is named Natasha, possibly after Natasha Lyonne, who was the star of But I'm a Cheerleader.
Speaking of But I'm a Cheerleader, guess who I saw at the last Angel City football game?
I have no idea.
Okay, I can't remember her name right now.
Good
but I totally
story.
Did. No, not
good story.
No, she's
that was
also
great.
In the Happiest Season.
Better.
She's been in so many queer movies. Oh my god.
Oh, Melanie Linsky?
No.
Well, I don't know who you're talking about.
Hold on.
She was in Happiest Season.
You're gonna know exact. Oh, damn it. There it goes. Okay, come on.
Alison
come
Brie,
on.
Kirsten Stewart, Mackenzie Davis, Aubrey Plaza,
Clea Duvall. Clea Duvall.
Oh, Clea Duvall.
Yeah.
She's not in Happiest Season.
She's not?
I don't think so. She's in a lot
Bullshit.
of other things. Oh, did she direct it? She directed it.
Oh, yes. She directed Happiest Season.
Yeah, Clea Duvall. She was at the game.
Mhm.
Well, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Just hanging out.
That's
So
cool.
it's a star-studded event if you are a fan of women.
I want to
And
go
they're just,
sometime
like,
and get the expensive ticket and hang out with Jennifer Garner.
Jennifer Garner, Natalie Portman. I mean, they just have these, like, again,
Natalie
Ruby
Portman.
Rose, just walking them down chatting with people. Like, okay. It's really a
Well,
really
save me a
fun
seat
thing
one
to do.
time. I'll go. I want to go to one
It's
of these.
worth, even the expensive seats are not expensive. It's like you can get close to all those celebrities for like $100 to sit and like the stands right above, and you can see them all. Just it's just cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. Jodie Foster, all of them hanging out.
Jodie.
Jane Fonda was there the other day. Like, you never know who you're gonna see. There's a lot
Apparently.
of random, celebrities from The Coach, from oh my gosh, Ted Lasso, and
Coach Beard.
Yeah, Coach Beard has been there several games. A lot
I
of
don't
them
know his
have
real
season
name.
tickets, so yeah, it's a fun
Well,
place.
It's
Good
the place to
atmosphere.
be. It's the place to be and
Mhm.
to be seen.
So if you're planning a trip to LA, look up if you're coming during the women's soccer season. Angel City Football Club. It's great. If you can go to a home game.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So,
Is that all?
That's
That all
it.
we
I
got?
think we're done. My God, it's been a while.
It's a
I think I have
lot. It's a lot.
I'm not even joking right now. I'm pretty sure I have a fever again.
I believe you. I believe you.
I'm sweating
You're
and I'm
spent
very
from
warm.
this activity.
Ugh.
Well,
Oh,
that was
boy.
fun.
That
It's
was
just you and
fun.
me, just talking about
Yeah.
stuff.
I know it's weird because I see you or I talk to you often.
When the cat's
so
away.
it's hard to like pretend. When the cat's away, you get a lot more sports. And
Oh, we would have still talked sports.
we'd just still be
Cat
going
would have
on
just
like
sat there.
we're
not-
talking about bottoms,
He
and then
knows
we go
baseball,
off on
though.
like
Yeah.
football
Yeah.
talk, and love
It's
it.
like if Tara and I just chatted and we
Mhm.
recorded it. And
Pretty
here it
much.
is. Here it is.
All
Well,
right.
we're on the Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
That goes by another name that I won't mention. At Snopodcast with one D.
Or Facebook and Instagram at She Nerds Out Podcast.
We've got email, shenerdsout@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm. Or if you'd like
And-
to leave a voicemail, you can go to the website.
Black
She Nerds Out.
Harry.
Yeah. Show us your accent.
Yeah. Because some of you guys have great accents.
Yeah.
We
Let's
want
have
to
it.
hear that.
Show them off. Mm-hmm.
Guys, gals, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I said that very generically.
Or you can send us a mail.
Also,
Real mail. Physical. That we
Yes.
can rub on our bodies.
oh dear.
Or not. To Snop at P.O. Box 7. Nope. P.O. Box 6732. It's the fever, I'm telling you. Burbank, California, 91510.
And apparently, yes, Carrie has sent something that I don't know when we'll get it. Not till Kat gets home, because we don't know how to get mail.
No.
We're literally helpless, and we don't know when you'll hear this because we're going to send it to Anne, who's graciously agreed to edit it and post it.
Uh-huh.
Because again, we don't know how.
Thank you,
We don't
Anne.
have the elements. We don't have the tools. So we're relying on the kindness of friends during this time. And hopefully we're going to be back together again. All of us. Well, of course, Tara's traveling overseas, so who knows? It's just been a crazy year. People being gone, being hurt, all the things. But we'll be around. We'll be around. We thank you for listening, putting up with all of our weird absences. Until next time, whenever that may be, whoever may be here, it might just be me talking to myself for a few minutes. But anyway, thank you for listening, and we'll see you later. She Nerds Out.
She nerds out. We're girls that like nerdy things. Nerdy things.
Perfect.
I thought you were about to yawn.
I'm going to go take my temperature now.